Hey guys, it's Brendan the Paleo Dude, and welcome back to another Jurassic World toy review. Today we'll be taking a look at the new Dominion Extreme Damage figures, the Dimetrodon, Velociraptor, and the Coelurus. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about the size of Coelurus, which I'm absolutely loving now that I have the figure. It's a lot bigger than the original one. You can see the tail length is also increased, and some of the details have been changed. The back on the original Coelurus is pretty smooth, whereas this one has a lot of spikes going down it, and the amount of feathers on the back of the head has also increased. The scale pattern is a lot different too, but the arms and legs are relatively similar to the original. Now the coloration is also a lot darker than some of the figures that aren't appearing in the movie, so I have a feeling Coelurus might show up in the movie, but I'm not sure. Just a little hunch of mine, because a lot of the movie figures tend to have this darker color scheme to them and have been getting remodels from originals. Like if we take a look at the Dimetrodon here, it's obviously a lot different from the original figure. The sail actually, unfortunately, has less detail and paint application than the original, which it's a bit unfortunate, but we'll see what the rest of the Dimetrodon toys look like. I know there's going to be a 2-pack with Grant, and we're also going to see a basic figure version of it, but I'm pretty sure they'll have the same mold. And then this Velociraptor here, very reminiscent of the Camo Extreme paint job seen in past Jurassic Park toy lines. I can't remember the date of the Camo Extreme line, but kind of reminds me of the Arctic Rex from that guy. So we'll unbox these and we'll see what they're like outside a box. Yeehaw! So that was easy. Got the Coelurus out. Back of the package, you can see the button on the back is to press for the battle damage, and then there's the 2 other figures as well, and it's got a little advertising for the scan code game. So the scan code, let's grab that real quick. It's a fairly decent size. I don't know how these new ones work, if you're supposed to like turn them sideways or not. It seems like they've added a larger pelvic region to the Coelurus too, which the original has a slight bump down there. This one's got like a really big bump, which is again an interesting note. I would love to see this in the film because it's such a neat little dinosaur. So fingers crossed for that, but there's no promotional imagery, art, or reference of it yet. So we'll just have to see. Kind of weird not having the scan code on the bottom of the foot anymore. So yeah, it's got this like kind of burgundy, I think that's the color, like dark red on the legs, and this little pattern down the tail transitioning into a full red, and then the head of feathers has that kind of down the neck as well, and then to the tip of the snout. It's got green eyes. The mouth, the tongue, everything's painted. The top jaw's not painted. The neck has beautiful articulation. You can have it looking up, looking straight or down, depending on how you pose the figure. Just love the length of the tail. That's very well done. And the arms are fully articulated as well. You can have them out in a grasping position. I might get a second figure just because the posability and the colors are so beautiful and will work well for photography. And even pose them back like that. Really great range of poses, range of love the battle damage too on top of all that. Such a fun little feature. So we got the Coelurus down. Next we'll do the Velociraptor. It's a bit windy here, so I'm gonna prop it up with its leg. This is a completely new design for the battle damage lineup. We'll look at the back real quick. Got it just in a generic pose. The eye's a bit more red in the art, but this one's more like of an orange. It's kind of reminiscent to the original battle damage raptor, where it's in this semi-neutral position, but it's still in like an active walking stance, and it's one of the better of the bunch. It's not like the beer Velociraptor with that weird action to it. It's this like typical raptor stance that everyone knows and loves. The tail's a bit more curved than the original battle damage one. Arguably it's actually a bit shorter, which is a bit strange. You can rotate the tail too, so if it's off a bit. I don't think the legs go in and out. They might. No. The original ones have a bit more of the leg articulation for that. But you can see instead of the head being pivoted on the neck, it's actually coming out of the base of the neck instead, which is really nice. You got a rotation there, but it leaves this sort of fleshy ring around the base of the neck, whereas the originals, it was a bit more flush with the body and harder to notice. Sure, it was a little jarring to make it look down, whereas this one is a bit nicer. But yeah, there's give and takes to the new mold, which is completely fine. And I do like the arms. They're a step up from the originals. They're a bit thicker, less noodly. They got that nice typical like wrist going on. And yeah, the top of the jaw is not painted, but they do include the detailing on that. And the mouth, there's a little bit of red showing when the mouth is closed, but you can't see it from the side or front view unless you look from the bottom. So that's good. And they painted the feet. The nails are brown, which is a nice change. But I think a lot of the figures now for this wave, they have brown nails instead of black. And finally, the Dimetrodon. So this one's really neat because it has the scan code there. Oh, scan code, shoot. Where are you? There you are. So there's the scan code for the raptor. Almost forgot. There we go. Wait. I think people were having problems pausing my last videos. So just like hold that there for a second. Alrighty. So, love the raptor. Really nice to have it in white and blue for a change. And now we move on to little Dimetrodon. Come on. I'm glad that we're getting a lot of different Dimetrodon figures, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those like staple repaints like the Raptors and Pteranodons, where we just get a whole load of different colors. And so I'm looking forward to that for sure. The front legs have articulation on ball joints. They kind of bend a bit forward and back, but their position makes it kind of hard to do that. The neck's painted, the bottom jaw's painted. It's got the tongue and everything going on in there. I wish it had bigger teeth. They're a little stumpy looking. The original had really great teeth. I'm glad they painted this little fin area at the neck. The basic figure that's coming out does not have that, unfortunately, so it looks a bit off. And you actually press on this part of the sail to activate the battle damage, which is really fun. Oh my goodness. And this is the scan code. You pull it up right after that. I'm actually a big fan of what they did with this feature where they have the sail actually being used for these two features, the scan code and the battle damage. I think it looks nice, and it's kind of like a fun little trigger where you can just rest your finger on the sail and do that. The neck, you can make it look down, kinda, and up. And it's kind of like those typical Dimetrodon colors you see in books and stuff. The lizardy green with the red sail. And then these like, kinda, I don't know, they're like purpley brown, like really dark purplish lines, and then a little spotted pattern down the back. I do like what they did with the scales. There's these large, kind of like osteoderms running down the back and then the tail, and they're like little armor plates, I guess, under the skin, but I think they're going more for a crocodilian skin. It's kind of hard to tell with the way they're placed, but I'm gonna say it's like crocodile armor, kinda, which is pretty neat. The legs on this one do have that like outward sway to them, so you can like pull them in and out. They're really stumpy, like they're fat back legs, really thick, and then they can click into place and stuff. So yeah, no, that's really cute. I'm definitely going to get a few of them to prop up on rocks. I think that'll be a fun photo shoot for sure. And I just like the general shape. It's pretty much perfect besides the head. The teeth could have been better, but everything else is beautifully perfect. So let's pose these guys really quick and put all their battle damage on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It was very fun. I'm a big fan of the new battle damage features. Even though the scar is like a permanent thing, it's cool to have that rotating part in the body. I'm glad they went with that. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely look out for my other videos. I have a whole lot planned, so I'll be releasing those throughout the week. Yeah, so I'll see you all in the next one then. Bye-bye.